their way.
Alright, welcome in. I think I got it. Yeah, alright. Alright, I don't know what's going on with the internet there. Why Stream Beats keeps cutting out. Acting like, I don't know. My browser's being all silly. But here we are. Yeah, I don't know why internet decided to just, I mean, who knows? Hope you guys are all doing well. Hopefully waiting for everyone to come in. Wanted to give it a little bit more time. But here we are in St. Lucia. Now we're in the morning. I'm doing live time now. I think it's about 10:53 in St. Lucia. And you can see we got the CRJ 700 LIAT, the Caribbean airline. And we're going to be flying flight, or the Microsoft Flight Simulator World Tour Leg 205. We're at George F.L. Charles Airport in Castries, St. Lucia. We're going to be flying up to Grantley Adams International Airport in Seawell, Christchurch, Barbados, near Bridgetown. All those things in Bridgetown, the BGI right there. Real life flight is LIAT 327 on the ATR 42, but we're going to be flying it in the Aerosoft Bombardier CRJ 700. Call sign today is LIAT, and we're going to be taking off in about half an hour, I would think. As always, we've got a Bajan Habashi's 4-season pack for the trees. We're successfully connected because the internet's just being weird right now. My bandwidth is terrible or something. I don't know. I got FS HUD ATC, GSX Pro. We'll see if it works better here with the CRJ, and FS Live Traffic liveries. I don't know how much live traffic we got here, and again, we're still having the issues with the textures loading in and out, the ground textures for some reason. Not specific to this airport either. We're a little bit into this building, so maybe that other parking spot would have been better, but we'll make do. Let's get inside the plane. We are cold and dark. And I should probably get out my my checklist, right? All right, checklist. Get the pages in the right order. It's always a good thing to do as well. Alright, so let's make sure the parking brake is set. It is. Landing gear is down. Battery switch. We do have AC available as well. Gen switches are all on. All three are on. Nav lights on. Logo light on. Bleed valve auto. ISOL open. Bleed source both engines, and bleed air or the wing AI cross bleed. Keep that at normal. IRS. Let's start both of those. I gotta reset all my cameras again. Let's do that before. I'll have that camera. That's a good camera to have. All right. Let's get the passengers coming on board, because that'll take some time. Change the zero fuel weight. Pull up the sim brief panel and fetch the new flight. LIA 327, CRJ7, flight level 170, crew, or a cost index of 12, airtime 24 minutes, so a little bit of short flight again. Payload, we're looking for zero fuel weight, 25,352. Go 352. Fuel is going to be, find it, fuel right there, block fuel 3030. Good like that. Later, the passengers should load up then properly here. PSX, if it will open. Hey Mika! Yeah, I'm not sure. Trying to get the music was not playing right for some reason, and GSX Pro is also being very finicky right now. There we go. Request boarding.
Boarding requested.
Open this. Alright, everything's open. Should be able to do it. Again, we're kind of in the tight spot here. Probably should have picked a different door. Let's see if things are going to go. No, we'll just get the passengers on. We're already on the plane. Turn on our lighting. I like to have that. Okay, back in. Let's get into the flight computer and get that going. Go right to the position initial page. At our position, we are at Tango. I always mix up the order of this. Tango Lima Papa Charlie. Actually, let's bring up the sim brief. What it's for. Put on the raw. Copy this over. Go to the next page. Oh, flight plan. Again, the origin is Tango Lima Papa Charlie. And we're flying over to Tango Bravo Papa Bravo. 104 nautical miles, a little bit longer than the last flight. Alternate is Tango Tango Charlie Papa. And we'll hit execute, just make sure that's all in there. And then we'll go to the next page, which is the flight plan. Actually, I'll go, I think, put it right here first. I'll just go back to summary, a little bit cleaner. We're going direct to Sierra Lima Uniform. Sierra Lima Uniform right there. Then we're going to take the Airway Golf 642. Oh, missed the passengers getting on. There's a few of them walking up the stairs. Not sure if we're loading cargo or not. That's the biggest problem with GSX sometimes when you have very few passengers, is that the cargo is usually the one you have to wait on for a really long time. Nope, wife and kid they are home. He commented a little bit earlier when Goblin subscribed or followed. That's why I'll probably just do these 2 flights, because then we'll figure out what we're doing for the rest of the day. So Bravo Golf India, that's Bridgetown, and we'll execute. All right, plus flight clearance.
George F. Charles Tower, LIAT 327, Gate 2. Request clearance to Grantley Adams with information, Charlie. LIAT 327, cleared to Grantley Adams, runway 09er, fly runway heading, climb and maintain, 3000, squawk, 6554. Cleared to Grantley Adams, runway 09er, fly runway heading, climb and maintain, 3000, squawk, 6554, LIAT 327. LIAT 327, redback correct, Contact George F. Charles Ground 121.8. When ready, contact George F. Charles Ground 121.8, LIAT 327.
Alright. Go to performance, and just double checking our zero fuel weight is 25,352. Close enough. Fuel 3030, close enough right there. We'll copy that to the FMS. And cruise altitude is 170, so 17,000. You type in the 17,000 on the CRJ. Cute. 47 passengers today. VNAV setup, I keep these all the same. So we are done as far as that. Let's check the legs page. Everything looks right. Two of these, I don't know. Legs, performance, right? Jump over to the other side, and I want to get this menu on VNAV. Good. Direct intercept. There. Let's start getting plane set up, ready to get started. So we'll switch all of our hydraulic pumps auto. We can actually do the test. Hydraulic. We got the green. That's good. Back up top. Set these all to auto. On. There we go. Why is it not going on? Now you can see on the panel, we just have that one 3A. That's giving us the hydraulics. The rest, I believe, are backups. It's still coming down. Never seen that before. Okay, continuing on, let's get the packs 1 and 2 on. You can see fault because we don't have APU or anything on yet. Recirculating fan switch on. Windshield heating left and right. Low position. Emergency lights armed. Seatbelt signs auto. No smoking auto. Engine sync switch gonna be down here. N1. That's the anti-skid inbound outbound comes up.
User bay overheat.
N1. Make sure our ground proximities are covered and are off. Thrust reverser switches left hand, right hand on. Make sure we're in the idle position or in the shut-off position for the thrust levers. ECAS as required. Go. ATC, that's a little bit later. Stab trim 1, 2, mock trim, and yaw damper 1, 2. Backup comms on standby. And we are much ready. We just got to get that APU going. Power. That's gonna be electric. You can see the APU right there. On the actual main, I believe stat. Yep, stat screen. See it's open. So back up top, APU start. Coming up. Yeah, I'm hoping the cargo is just not happening. We really don't need a pushback though, so. Yeah, see it's saying baggage loading in process or progress. It really isn't. You hear the APU when we were out there cooling up. Aircraft, let's close the door.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the captain and crew, welcome aboard this flight. We hope you enjoy flying with us.
We got cabin announcements. And because I'm not using Pack X right now, I'm going to keep these on. That way we can have some interaction here, some interaction back there. I'm going to set the V speeds. I've been getting kind of lazy lately. You can, set the V speeds right over here. Is actually kind of fun to do it that way, but I haven't done it. Make sure our pressure is right. There it is. And we are ready to go with the APU. We're going to close the cargo doors because it doesn't seem like they are doing anything. APU is started, so back over there. Disconnect ground power. And let's request pushback and startup.
George F. Charles, ground, LIAT 327, gate 2. Request pushback and startup. LIAT 327, pushback and startup approved.
Oh, and
Pushback
now
and
the
startup
cargo
approved.
comes.
LIAT 327.
Just as soon as I close the doors, the cargo comes over here. Well, again, we're just going to kind of skip that. Because we're ready to go. And again, I don't have time to sit around to wait for that. It's always really slow with the CRJ. Okay, so we need to turn on the fuel boost. It is a nice livery. I think there's an updated version. I didn't grab it. This is even better, I think, but didn't grab it in time. All right, got ATC clearance, pushback. We're not really doing a pushback, but we'll do the beacon light on. And we'll start up the engine. So engine, we'll start the right engine first. Start. I'm spooling up. I believe when we get to 20 for the N2, I believe that's what it is. Little red tab, pull it up to idle. Yeah, like I said, I could have done this in the ATR 72. Yeah, you can see it's a little bit. I wonder if the update is higher res or not. He said something about the tail is better. It looks cool to me. Looks fine. Looks fine to me. Good enough for flying. Not the ideal place to start your engines when you're in the building, in the terminal, but... Alright, and we'll go back up top and start engine, the left engine. Oh, okay.
In case of an extreme emergency landing, you will be instructed to get into the brace position, which is executed by placing your head between
Waiting for 20 on the N2.
We would also like to remind you that you should turn off all electronic devices.
Yes, please turn off your electronic devices.
During this brief presentation.
There we go. Yeah, even though I have mine on right here. My little touch portal so I can change scenes and stuff. I think that costs $10, that program. But I think it's as good or better than a Stream Deck. I've never had a Stream Deck, and what I want to do is eventually I want to grab my... I want to try to figure out if I can get it on my laptop or, you know, my wife's old iPad, because then it'd be bigger, easier to hit the buttons a little bit. But you can put as many buttons as you want. You can put 100 buttons on a page. But the problem is on my phone, if I put 100 buttons on there, it gets a little hard to hit them. Alright, pushback approved. Yeah, we got our engine going. So once we have the engine going, let's see what we do. Pop up top, and we're going to turn off U. Probes, left hand and right hand. Why you want to make your custom cameras, because sometimes, while realistic, it's a little bit hard to get all things. So like this, that. Okay. So probes, left hand, right hand on. Anti-ice has required taxi lights. Where are ya? On. APU start stop, we just did that. Fuel switch, we just did that as well. The power switch. Landing elevation for our takeoff airport is basically where we're at, so not a big deal. Flaps. Got to 8 degrees. Oh, why when I hit that? It's at 8 degrees. Top, and we're looking for altimeter. We did that. V speed set. Trims. Actually, everything's down here. I don't know why. Wrong place. Trim is 7. Get that down to 7. Nose wheel steering armed. And we are ready for taxi. So let's request that taxi clear.
George F. Charles, ground, LIAT 327, request taxi. LIAT 327, taxi to holding point, runway 09er. Taxi to holding point, runway 09er, LIAT 327.
Alright, parking brake released. A little bit. I gotta reset the throttle. Is a little weird. Calibrate throttle. Idle. Max power. So go like right there. And I don't know if I had reverser set or something. I don't know what happened there. There we go. A lot more control. Go right there, and can we move? Ah, you know why we can't move? We have the wheel chocks still in play. There we go. Always remember to remove your wheel chocks, otherwise it'll be a little bit hard to go anywhere. We're gonna run over the walker, it looks like. We're gonna head for Bravo and onto the runway. Then we'll have to double back.
Contact George F. Charles.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my windscreens, my windshields on all these planes. They all have cracks in the same place or something. What setting is causing that? And the landing light on, strobe light on. On. Uh, 35, I believe. Yeah, 35. Not that old yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has advised that we are now cleared for takeoff.
Well, what are you... You're taking math class right now. For... What are you doing that for? Are you working on... You going through a flight school or something? really cool. I think the trees are different there. How we're gonna get turned around, I don't know. I know I was watching... I watched 7.4 Gear, but I was watching... I don't know who it was. I forget his name. I should have subscribed because he did like a... He had a blog like doing a 5... Just covering his 5-day... 5 days of work. And... I'm trying to think why I clicked on it. What was the... Oh, I should have gone back further. We need... get more runway. I think we'll be fine. But I think he was talking about like the commute, right? Because he lives in Minneapolis, but he's based out of New Jersey, out of Newark. So it's kind of like, wow, that's quite a commute for work. But then he was talking about how one of the guys that he works with commutes out of Rome, lives in Rome, and commutes to Newark. So that blows my mind. I'm thinking, wow, that's really cool. Like, man, it'd be hard to be away from home for a few days, but I was doing it when I was driving over the road, trucking, and obviously pilots make a lot more, and you get to fly. So I think it's not a terrible trade-off there. All right, landing lights on, strobe lights on, beacon logo and taxi lights on, fuel X-Flow auto override set to manual right there. Transponder set non-TCAS as required, anti-ice as required, autopilot, heading and altitude check set. Have the heading. Let's set that heading. Runway heading is 9. Right there. AP source set to FMS. It is on FMS 1. Yes, there are no warnings. Flight director toga button, or no, yeah, flight director toga button on the throttle, yeah. Oh, let's make sure we have the flight directors on. They are on. Alright, here we go. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Ready for departure. We actually gotta get clearance. We actually have to get clearance to take off.
09, ready for departure. LIAT 327, line up, runway 09er.
Already lined up.
Line up, runway 09er, LIAT 327.
Lined up. Lined up. Oh, lined up good enough? Okay, I guess we're just not lined up in the perfect spot. We'll just take off, I guess. We didn't get clearance, but we're not lined up right. And I can't back up. So here we go. Oh yeah, we'll be off. We'll be fine. Go, V1, rotate.
LIAT 327, wind 80 degrees at 11 knots. Runway
Positive rate, landing gear up.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 09, cleared for takeoff. LIAT 327. LIAT 327, contact St. Lucia, approach 119.8. Contact St. Lucia, approach 119.8. LIAT 327. St. Lucia approach, LIAT 327, inbound, heading at 1,700, climbing 3,000.
LIAT 327, radar contact, continue climb, flight level 120.
Oh, slow
Continue
down,
climb,
man.
flight level 120.
That thing
LIAT
took off fast.
327.
At altitude 12,000.
Terrain.
Why is it so fast?
Terrain.
Because it stopped climbing for some reason. Because I think it. Well, that's why we're a little over speed because it triggered it. I guess it thought we were at the right altitude. We'll get a nice climb in here. Alright, let's do something about that before the plane breaks apart. Yeah, it took off really fast, and now I'm having a hard time.
Climb and maintain flight level 170.
Why is it not climbing?
Climb and maintain flight level
Oh,
170.
I set the speed wrong. Because when you hit the speed button, it puts in the last speed you were at. That's what's going on here. Alright. Yeah, it is being a rocket. It's being a rocket today. I always love it when we have clouds like this because it really gives you that element of feeling up in the sky. Yeah, I need to fly it more. I'm getting, depending on how many times I fly it in a row, depends on how much I feel comfortable with it. I'm pretty good with getting all of it started up and everything now. It doesn't take me as long. I remember the first time, almost any plane, the first time I started, I think I went back and I watched. I was just going back and looking at old streams, seeing how the quality of them, the visual quality, and they seem to be better before. I don't know why, but I clicked on one. It was probably a year ago, and it must have been right when I got the 738 or the 737 from PMDG, because I'm about an hour 15 in the stream, and I'm still like, whoa, did those waves just jump in? Holy cow, did the weather change? I didn't notice those waves before. But I was an hour 15 minutes in the flight, and we hadn't even started taxiing yet. So it must have been just me trying to figure out how to get everything started. Remember, yeah, they just popped in. But really cool. Man, it just looks awesome. It looks really cool when you're down almost on the waves too. So clear. Leaving St. Lucia behind, heading out to Barbados. Not a long flight. We got about 14 minutes left.
LIAT 327, radar contact, expect
Yeah, and as I said, Mika, for some reason, my graphics card and MSFS and my CPU are all running very nice together right now. I'm on ultra settings, everything's maxed out, and I'm getting right now. I mean, we're not in a very heavily populated area, heavy scenery area. I'm getting 60 frames right now, no problem. It's solid 60 right now. So I don't know what the problem was. I have no idea what the problem was. I'm a little scared to install the driver program because I don't know how my AMD card's running because I don't have the driver, anything installed, drivers or anything. I'm afraid that if I install the control program that's going to cause problems. So I'm guessing that seems like that might be what caused it before. A little worried. But I kind of want to have it so I can set it to limit my frames maybe, or limit at least with temperature. Alright, I wanted to kind of do the fly around all of this plane, but gotta.
Expect Bravo Golf India ALS Yankee approach runway 09. Report when ready for descent. LIAT 327.
Again, remember, we don't have auto thrust, so we have to kind of pay attention to that. So there's the problem with this flight. It's not, or this plane. It's not the easiest plane to do, you know, fly arounds.
LIAT 327.
You know, play with the cameras a ton.
Maintain flight level 170.
Get this camera back in the.
Receive direct Bravo Golf India. Maintain.
All right, so we're already at our cruise 170. Probably turn off the landing lights for the short amount of the cruise. Even do the seatbelt signs. But there are some times, yeah, when I'm doing the, if I'm in a heavier area with scenery, and I'm doing a VFR flight, so a simpler plane, I'll be pushing 60 frames, but it just, there's certain times wherever I'm at, even if I'm just sitting at an airport, sometimes my fans are going crazy, trying to keep it from going to 100 degrees. So like I was saying yesterday, it's like I might limit the frames once I get the control program in, and hopefully that doesn't kill my performance, or kill the control program itself doesn't kill how good the graphics card and CPU are playing together right now, and limit the frame rate to probably maybe 45 frames per second. I don't need 60 for simulator at least. That could actually help with temperatures. Right now temps are fine. I'm not working that hard, so it's kind of weird. Alright, speed up. This plane is a little bit more involved keeping the speed management. And I don't have the best throttle, not the smoothest, so it's a little bit of a pain to do all that. Okay, so we can start seeing, it looks like Barbados is starting to come into swing into view. Ah, okay. So LIAT actually is short for Leeward Islands Air Transport. That's why I couldn't find. I was trying to find it in Volanta, and I just couldn't find it because I kept putting LIAT in, and it was like, well, we can't find that. Now I can't get any speed. Proceed direct to Bravo Golf India, 53 nautical miles. We're 10 minutes out from that, it's saying. Even though the ET is 9 minutes on the overlay. Change out. Basically flying right over the airport, and then I guess we're gonna get a what does sim brief have for the runway 9. Okay, so we don't even have an arrival or anything. We have ILS. That ILS runway 9 route. So we're gonna fly all the way into Bravo Golf India, which is Adams. 112.7 the VOR, ILS 110.1. Just add the I there, India. Course 91, so we're gonna fly in and then we're gonna turn and fly out. It looks like kind of the path here is weird. Could have done the arc. I don't know why they don't have us do the arc. But we're going all the way in. We'll go all the way in, then come out and do that. Gives us a little bit more flight time as well. Not as rushed. Into the flight computer. Arrival, ILS 9. Is it Yankee? Yep. Bravo Golf India, execute. That changed. Is that so deep that it does that? So cool. Alright, legs. Thank you for the follow, Cathback, on Twitch. Thank you. I don't know why it didn't play the, that's weird. Why didn't it play the animation? I don't know. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Or the sounds. I didn't hear any sounds. But thank you for the follow, Cathback. Thank you very much. I think we're getting pretty close to 200 followers on Twitch. The legs page. Yes. Looks good. Actually, I want to go to the radio page. Radio. And we have ILS is going to be, put the ILS into nav 1. 110.1.
LIAT 327, descend and maintain, flight level 80.
Descend and maintain. Flight level 80. LIAT 327.
Actually gonna create another camera over here for the first officer. Kind of this view where we can see the altitude, and we can see the knob. Altitude 1000. V speed. Localizer will be tuned. You can see on direct intercept 2700. So we're going to go down 2700, so 2.7 for vertical speed. We'll idle. Seatbelt signs back on. There's Barbados right in front of us, filling the front. Put away that chart. Well, bring up the chart, kind of do a brief. So we're going to be the VOR at 3,000 feet. That's Bravo Golf India. We're going to fly out 2,000 feet. This is the 10 nautical miles from the VOR, which I believe is going to be right in there somewhere. This here is 15. 2,000 feet. We're going to come back at 7 miles out from the VOR. We're going to be at 2,000 feet. That's Foxtrot India 09. And then is an ILS. I don't know why it's not really showing us. I guess this is the capture point. Not exactly sure. A weird thing. Minimum, we're doing 384 feet. If we miss, we climb 3,000 feet on track 91, turn right, and back to VOR, and basically just the whole process again. Landing elevation is 69 feet, so we have a change. $20, $40, $60, $80, $100, $120, $140, should be. Yep, there it is. See? Cursor's armed. How are we doing on speed? Lots of speed brake. We're over 250. Look at that. There's Bridgetown. That was Bridgetown. Off to our right. In front of us is the airport, and not sure. Yeah, a lot of island is pretty populated, pretty covered development. Definitely Bridgetown is the main city. Not sure where we get the Christchurch and the Seawell. I'm not sure where that all comes from. I'm kind of looking on the map, and I guess the neighborhood or the section name. I can't. Let's see. It's Crossroads over there. I'm not sure where that is. Oh, and now we're too slow. Oh, yeah. Pay attention. Too much sightseeing going on. Now the plane's gonna do goofy stuff like that. This is not the. I'm not the best at flying this plane.
Descended, maintain.
That's
Flight
not.
level 30. Contact Adams. Approach 120.
Okay, flight level 3 is 0.
Descend and maintain. Flight level 30. Contact Adams. Approach 120.7. LIAT 327. Adams approach. LIAT 327. At flight level 80. Descending. Flight level 30.
LIAT 327. Radar contact. Turn right to heading 273. Continue descent. Flight level 30.
Turn right to heading 273. Continue descent. Flight level 30. LIAT 327.
LIAT 327. Turn right to heading 279er.
Turn right to heading 279er. LIAT 327.
We were looking really good on speed because we had the speed brake out and really lost it there. Alright, so we're on our way out. We're gonna go to, I think, Foxtrot India 09, and then we're going to loop out to Bravo Golf India /04, then out, come back in. I think that's the way the computer should be taking us. Flying into a little weather. Remember, or I guess those are just some clouds. I was getting a little worried that we're gonna get some rain. Airport's clear though, so a little bit of cloud on the approach. Not as bad as that one flight. There was a flight way back when we were over in the Middle East and Africa, where I was flying in, and might have even been on Morocco, but I don't think it was Morocco, but it was right there. It was an airport right on the coastline of Africa, and we're coming in, and just completely socked in with fog. Couldn't see anything. Missed the airport. Came around. I think I eventually said, okay, I'm just going to come and approach, because the approach into the, they wanted us to come one direction. That was the approach into the runway, and that way was all socked in with fog and cloud. But if you approached the other direction and you landed the other direction, it was nice and clear. That was also back when I was using the in-game ATC, so. Alright, approach at 2,000 feet. And another 1,400 feet per minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to land. Please remain.
I turn those landing lights on. Always something I forget. I'm not very good with the checklists anymore. I used to be. I used to be a lot better. Oh, we are cleared. ILS Yankee approach at 2,000. Runway 09. I didn't even... Did they give us that at any point or higher up? Oh yeah, there it is. I didn't read my ATC very closely. But we picked the right approach. It was the same approach that they want us to go on. ILS Yankee approach 2000 runway 09. Report established on localizer LIAT 327. Watching that speed. Watching that speed. There's the runway. They're just floating all over the place. I'm so bad at flying this plane. It'll just do that because I always lose track of my manual speed thing with this plane. You got to be all over the manual speed. Airport in sight.
LIAT 327 established on localizer. LIAT 327, continue approach. Continue approach, LIAT 327.
Oh, we'll see, we'll see. Oh, how's that for a... right there? There's Bridgetown.
1,000.
Sync rate.
500.
Sync rate.
400. 300.
Too low. Flaps.
200.
Too low. Flaps.
Like I was fine until I hit the autopilot, and then it was like, oh yeah, you're.
Too low.
It's
Flaps.
like the thrust was fine until I hit
100.
disconnect the autopilot. I don't
Too
know.
low. Flaps. Too low.
50.
Flaps.
40. 30. 20.
Too low. Flaps.
10.
LIAT 327, wind vacated. Contact ground 121.9er.
Well, get
Wind
that nose
vacated,
down.
Contact ground 121.9er. LIAT 327.
It's a really nice freeway airport. We'll exit here at exit on Echo. That's a really nice freeway airport. A nice terminal, custom terminal and everything.
Adams ground, LIAT 327. Runway vacated with Alpha.
LIAT 327, taxi 2, parking 20 via Alpha Charlie.
Taxi 2, parking 20 via Alpha Charlie. LIAT 327.
Alright, so we're going to parking 20, which is going to be just past Foxtrot. Kind of in between Foxtrot and Golf up here. Ooh. Some of these airports I'm going to have to remember that I'm going to want to fly into more. Maybe some other flights, longer haul flights, i.e. hour or 2 or 3. Definitely we can fly an A330 out of here because it's an 11,000 foot runway. A little bit too far. A little bit empty here, but this is a really good, I mean, look at this. This is a nice freeware airport. I downloaded it, but I don't recall seeing it looking like this. Alright, we do have APU, right? APU is available, so we'll go back up top and the stop buttons on the engines. Go with the cutoffs. And let's get GSX Pro going so we can get boarded. We'll see the passengers hopefully get off and get on their buses. What do we have? 57 passengers, so a ton. I wasn't parked perfectly. Come on. And request deboarding.
Boarding requested.
Aircraft wheel chocks in place. Ground power cart.
Ladies and gentlemen, the door is open. Please make your way to the exit and please make sure you have all your personal items and carry-on luggage.
Passengers bus is coming.
Suppose I could have left the APU on. Because I actually think I killed the plane because I don't have external power, actually. Turn around here so I can... Wish there were a few more planes here. Barbados. We'll get on this side so we can see the passengers once they start deboarding. And you can see the textures starting to load out again. I don't know if it's a number of textures or something. I don't know what the issue is on that front. Let's jump over to the other screen and bring up Volanta, check out the flight information. We're the first person to arrive at Grantley Adams today, on Volanta at least. And there's the flight. A nice takeoff out of Castries on St. Lucia. Great shot over to Barbados, right into the VOR, and then the ILS Yankee approach. Landing rate 139.77 feet per minute. Not bad. Flight time 28 minutes. Landing force 1.01. Landing speed 105. A little bit slow. Or maybe that's where I need to be. I'm not sure where we need to be in terms of this plane. 52 passengers will be departing or deboarding pretty soon. Fuel burn 827 kilos. Distance of 133 nautical miles.
Passengers deboarding starting.
Alright, let's see if we can see the passengers aboard before we go check out the world map. Probably close the service door. They don't need to go that way.
Captain, all passengers have left the plane.
They haven't. There's the flight attendant. That's all the passengers, so let's take a look at the world tour map. And we're here in the Caribbean again. Just reveal
Do you want to be board crew?
Barbados. There it is. Next flight, I believe we're flying over to the St. Vincent and the Grenadines right over there. We'll be in the A330 Virgin Airlines, Virgin Atlantic. We'll be going to St. Grenadines, and then from there we'll be, I'm not sure, but it'll be another short flight over to Grenada. So we'll pair those up either this afternoon or Saturday morning. But I think I should be able to get a few flights in this afternoon. That'd be nice. So if you guys are there to watch, that'd be really cool. So there we have it. That's everywhere we've been so far on this world tour. Well, looking forward to seeing you there. Hopefully I can get a couple flights in later. We'll see. The Tuesday, everything's closed on Tuesday here where I live. Even some of the places we like to eat are closed. It's kind of weird, but I guess it makes sense. The museum's closed. The botanical gardens are closed. We want to go there. That's what, I think we're gonna be doing that. Well, not Saturday. Today would have been the day to do it, but we're gonna have to do that eventually. Because every year they have a little train show at the gardens, going through the flowers and everything. I take the boy to that. All right, so that's it for this flight. Thanks for coming along. As I said, next flight will be. Let me just get stuff set up for this ending screen. For the next flight, we will be flying in the A330. Fingers crossed that it works. I mean, sometimes these mods they don't, but it'll be Virgin Atlantic. And that will be but next stream up there, because I don't know when the next stream is going to be. It could be this afternoon, could be on Saturday morning. Flying there to the number of flights we have seems pretty high, but a lot of them coming up here are pretty short, so we're gonna be getting over to the Pacific pretty soon if we keep it up. All right, well, thanks for coming along. Let's put it in here. There it is. Okay, I will see you this afternoon. Keep an eye out on Discord, on YouTube, on Twitch for the notification I'm going live. Might fly this afternoon, and if not, it'll be Saturday morning at the usual time, 7:30 in the morning. And until then, take care, happy flying, and see you then.